The Gambia Chess Federation, in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic Education, successfully launched Chess in School project. The significant collaboration between the Gambia Chess Federation and the Ministry of Basic Education has marked a crucial step towards promoting chess in education. The partnership could bring valuable opportunities for students to develop critical thinking and strategic skills through chess. Mr. Musa Mendy, desk officer, said he is very happy that the collaboration between the Ministry of Basic Education and the Chess Federation to introduce chess game in the school curriculum.
This has been something that we have been yearning for ages. Alassane just said something. In fact, and I hope signing alone, it will not only stop on this signing of this document. I said it when we first visited our office. I think this is the third or the fourth federation that came to the ministry to forge relationship with us. But none of them ever came to this level. In fact, they will come, introduce themselves, try to build up relationship. That's the end.
He emphasized that this is very important as far as education is concerned. Mr. Mas Jeng, Vice President of Gambia Chess Federation, acknowledged that chess is a noble game because it makes the works of teachers easy and helps the intellectual development among students, which is why they want to bring it into this educational system.
Chess is a very important mind game that helps the kids for their focus, for critical thinking, for cognitive development, and other things that it instills in the kids. The focus and the critical thinking and whatever, if the kids are very, very exposed to that and then are very good at that, if that is instilled in their academic performance, it is very good for the schools.
Mr. Lamin S. Jawara, chairman of National Council, stayed with the team. He says there is hope that the federation will happen. According to him, chess have a very significant impact on children's education and helps their reading skills. By integrating chess into the curriculum, students will benefit and improve critical thinking as well as problem solving.
Chess, one among its importance to children's education is memory and concentration. Because we all know when we are playing chess, you will all the time be concentrated and you will always want to ensure that your opponent, your calculations would always be, how do I escape my opponent? So it gives you concentration as well. But it also reminds you of that I am on a battle with somebody. So you are always on alert. So if we involve our children in chess, it's going to develop their memory as well as their concentration. You tend to be, constructing sentences in your mind of what next to do. So it develops your reading skills.
This partnership not only enhances the educational experience but also promotes the growth of chess as a strategic and educational tool.
Our mandate is to prepare the child holistically, and this we do formally and informally, in the sense that we have our curriculum. Within the curriculum, we have 4 subjects. We also have our extracurricular activities.
This collaboration is a positive step towards enriching the learning environment and fostering a culture of intellectual development through chess. Reporting for GMEB TV, I am Nimajayo.
His Excellency President Adam Barrow has dispatched a congratulatory message to His Excellency Mohammed Uhud Sheikh El Ghazani, President of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, on his election at the just concluded presidential election in the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. On behalf of the government and the people of the Gambia, he conveys his warmest congratulations to the Mauritanian leader and wishes him a successful new term. The President also extended his commendation to the people of Mauritania for the peaceful manner the ballot was conducted and assured the Mauritanian President of his commitment to further cementing the bilateral relationship that cordially exists between the two countries. Reporting for GMEB, I am Hafsatuba. Earlier today, Mr. Franklin Mutakhana, the new World Bank Group President representative to the Gambia, paid a courtesy call on the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, Mr. Abdullah Job, in his office in Banjul. During his discussion with the Honorable Minister, Mr. Mutakhana renewed the bank's commitment to fostering strong partnership and collaborating with all stakeholders to advance their goals of sustainable economic development and growth. For his part, the Honorable Minister thanks the World Bank for the support they are providing to the tourism sector through the Tourism Diversification and Resilience Project for the Gambia, which is to support the diversification and climate resilience of the sector at selected destinations. He finally thanked the new World Bank resident representative for the visit and further reassured him of his support and collaboration, especially in the tourism sector. Reporting for GMEB, I am Hafsatuba.
Despite Kenyan President William Ruto's dramatic decision to withdraw a controversial tax bill, protests have continued across the country as demonstrators demand broader political and economic reforms. Ruto's move to scrap the 2.3 billion tax legislation came after days of violent arrests that left at least 23 people dead. The protests, initially sparked by the tax hikes, have evolved into a wider movement against the Ruto government's policies and the country's political elite. Even after Ruto's concession, crowds have continued to take to the streets to the capital Nairobi as well as other major cities like Mombasa and Kisumu. Protesters have chanted "Ruto must go" and called for the president's removal from office, citing his administration's failure to address the economic hardships facing many Kenyans. The youth-led demonstrations have highlighted deep-seated resentment towards the government's handling of issues like unemployment, inequality, and corruption. Many young Kenyans have struggled with limited job opportunities and the burden of high taxes, fueling the widespread discontent. Ruto, who was elected on promises of economic relief, now finds himself confronted by a nationwide protest movement that has united Kenyans across ethnic and regional lines. The president's initial characterization of the demonstrations as an assault on democracy has done little to quell the unrest. In a bid to ease tensions, Ruto has proposed engaging in dialogue with various groups, including youth representatives, civil society, and religious organizations. He has also announced austerity measures to reduce the government spending, aligning with the protesters' calls for the state to live within its means. However, the protesters have remained skeptical of the president's overtures, arguing that his concessions on the tax bill are too little and too late. They have vowed to continue demonstrating until their broader demands for political and economic reforms are met. The involvement of the military in the government's response to the protests has further fueled concerns, with the High Court ordering a suspension of the military deployment following legal challenges. The unresolved questions surrounding the casualties and missing persons from the unrest suggest that the situation remains volatile. As the protests persist, the Kenyan government faces the challenge of addressing the underlying grievances that have driven the youth-led movement. The need for a more inclusive and sustainable economic approach has become increasingly evident as the country grapples with the complex interplay of social, political, and economic factors. Reporting for GMEB TV, I am Mariama Keda.
Portugal advanced to the quarterfinals of Euro 2024 after beating Slovenia in a penalty shootout on Monday in a game where Cristiano Ronaldo was reduced to tears after missing a spot kick in extra time. Ronaldo had his penalty superbly saved by John Oblak after a frustrating evening for the striker. His failure to convert his penalty left the 39-year-old in tears, and his teammates had to rally round the striker before the second period of extra time. In the shootout, Ronaldo stepped up and made amends by scoring his first team penalty, while Portugal goalkeeper Diego Costa saved all three of Slovenia's attempts. Costa is the first keeper to save 3 penalties at the European Championships. Portugal scored all of 4 of their penalties, with Bernardo Silva slotting home the 4th to confirm the victory. Costa had kept Portugal in the game during extra time when he expertly saved from Slovenia superstar youngster Benjamin Sesko after the 21-year-old has pounced a rare mistake from 41-year-old Pepe to run clear. Costa struck out a leg to stop Sesko from scoring, and the game went to that penalty shootout. Portugal will now play France on July 5th. For GMEB TV, I am Sir Mohamed Jad.